how's it going, guys? So I'm going to be working on a Corruptor, the Dark Poison build. This is one of the builds that was asked to be worked on by Ernest. He made the comment down in one of my videos and was asking for me to create a good build. So this build was actually a little bit difficult to create, but I managed to find a good balance. So I'm going to slot and pick my powers, and then we'll work from there. Okay, so I started out by picking Gloom. You know, the usual. It's actually better than Dark Blast in damage, so I went for Gloom first. Obviously we have to take Alkaloid. Next, Moonbeam for the sniping. That thing's going to proc extremely well, so you want to take that. And Venom to weaken their resistances and defense. Now, I picked some of these powers mainly for some of my favorite methods of playing, you know, the combat jumping, super jump, but you can change it around. You don't have to pick the same exact travel wise, but a combat jumping really gives you a good defense and a good, you know, set of bonuses you can mule for, so I went with that. I wanted to take Nightfall, but I couldn't fit it in there because it's, well, the cast time is a little bit long on it. If you look, it's 2 seconds compared to Tenebris, which is 1.67. It's a little bit more, but I mean less, but still. And I couldn't fit it in there for all the powers that I wanted, so I just went without it and took Life Drain. Life Drain is really a good sustainability power. It's going to keep you alive when you're fighting because you have nothing really to heal you if you're fighting things on your own. So this is more of a solo build. If you want a team build, you could change certain powers around. Like for one, maybe give up Super Jump, take Elixir of Life. You could go for a more defensive. I went for resistance because Dark Blast has a lot of -2 hit, and that should increase your defense already. Even though you don't have that much, the 2 hit's going to really help. Your defense right now on this build is 21%, and with Weaken, which gives -2 hit, and Venomous Gas, that right there is going to put you at defense cap. Venomous Gas does about, what, -14%, and Weaken does -25. That's -39% to hit. So they're going to have issues hitting you. Now, this build should be good enough to handle almost anything. It's a little bit harder on ×8 with 2 bosses. One boss is ×6. No problem. Just you got to make sure you keep alive with Life Drain. Went after some knockback protection with this build. There's Summon Antidote and 5 slots of Gladiator's Armor. The third one gives you the resistance. And I made sure to get the HP to cap if possible. And which this build, I actually am at cap health points. And resistances are pretty good. For Incarnates, I actually went for the Alpha Vigor core. You could go Cardiac, you could go possibly something else, but Vigor was the best option for me because I wanted to have more accuracy, healing, and endurance reduction. Because this build can be a little bit end heavy, but Vigor is probably the best one to go for this. Interface, Reactive Radial, Hybrid, Assault Radial, Lore, Banished Pantheon, Judgment, Ion, Destiny, your choice on Destiny. I always go Incandescence, as always. So this build, I made sure to get at least 4 sets, but I actually managed to get 5 sets of the recharge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I split the Superior Malice because I already have the recharge bonus. I don't really need the defenses, the range, or the damage buff, really. And the HP bonuses are nice. That's why I split them up. If I could, I would have tried to put it in another spot, but I didn't have room. Paralytic Poison, that right there procs extremely well, 90%, and it has a 6-second recharge. So try chasing that one. It's a great power to have. Poison Trap is also a really great power to proc, but the recharge is extremely long. Has a nice cast time of 1 second, but 16 seconds is kind of long. That's why I went for this one to be fully procced out. Moonbeam as well, extremely well procced. So 4 seconds, almost, well, basically 5 seconds, but really good. Also, by the way, I made sure that I already picked all the accolades as well. That is probably why my health is at cap right now. So make sure you try to get those if you want. It helps a lot. Otherwise, it drops down to about 1392, which isn't terrible, but an extra 300 points, why not? So, alright, let's go test this build out, see how it goes, and we can give it to Ernest. Alright guys, I'm back. I got all the powers picked, everything's slotted up, good to go. My stats pretty much match what's on the build. If you want to see, there you go, 1606. Oh, hold on. Let me turn the accolades back on. Alright, 1606, 35, 1606, 35, 59, 83, 59, 83, 21, 21, and there we go. Alright, all my incarnates are picked. I'm going to try to get that Vigor Core. Resistance, then let's go. Let's go test it out. Alright, so with this build, you're going to have to be very creative, I guess. Not super creative, but try to make sure that they can't hit you. Use Weaken first. Go in there, use Poison Trap afterwards. Feel free, try to kill them as fast as possible. And make sure you're healing constantly. Just to make sure it's for your sustainability, you know. Kill them when you get a chance, attack whenever possible. They're probably not going to hit you as often because of your debuffs, but when they do, make sure you heal yourself. Set the poison trap whenever possible. And you should be alright. No problems here. These are +4 times 6. I was fighting demons before, and it was a little bit harder at times 8. So I always suggest if that doesn't work, try times 6. But you should be alright. It seems like it's living pretty well. No problems. Just spam those procced out attacks. Like I said, Paralytic Poison, that right there procs really well. If you look, watch. It's a good amount of damage. Alright, pretty good. Let's try fighting Siege. With him, spam those debuffs and put the poison trap down. Try to hold him if you can. Make sure you heal constantly. And keep those debuffs going. If you're worried about endurance, turn off your super speed and stuff because those kind of drain you by a lot. But other than that, you should be alright. You might even be able to fight an elite boss. I would not actually doubt it's possible. And there you have it. That's pretty much it. Not too bad. Ernest, I hope you like it. If you guys are interested in the build, please like and subscribe. Once again, the build's right down there into the description, so please feel free to grab it for yourself.